Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal CANADINS FANS. Let's get to the news. If you're a diehard Canadiens supporter, you know that this season has been nothing short of intriguing. The team, with its rich history and passionate fanbase, is once again at a crossroads. The core of young talent, combined with veterans bringing their toughness and experience, has fans dreaming of a deep playoff run. But as always, the NHL landscape is constantly shifting, and the Canadiens are no strangers to that reality. This year, more than ever, there's a buzz in the air about potential trades, strategic moves, and how the team is positioning itself for the future. And let me tell you, the latest developments hint at some bold moves on the horizon, moves that could redefine the franchise's trajectory for years to come. Now, when we talk about the Montreal Canadiens, we're talking about a team that's historically been known for its resilience, its passionate fanbase, and a roster that's built around speed and skill. This season, the Canadiens have showcased a young and talented lineup, filled with players who are eager to leave their mark. Their speed on ice is evident, and their youth movement is something that excites fans. Players like Cole Caulfield, Juraj Slavkovsky, and Nick Suzuki have been instrumental in giving the team a fresh, dynamic identity. But at the same time, the NHL's competitive landscape has never been more brutal or more strategic. Gone are the days when rebuilding teams could just develop organically. Now, they need to be aggressive, shrewd, and willing to shake things up. This is where the Canadiens find themselves. The management, led by GM Kent Hughes, is well aware that to truly contend, they need more than just a promising future. They need to make a statement this season. The goal is clear: build a team that can go beyond the first round of the playoffs, challenge the league's top contenders, and give their passionate fans something to cheer about during the most intense part of the season. The question is, how do they do that? Well, the answer involves bold trades, strategic acquisitions, and perhaps parting ways with some of their current assets to bring in that gritty, playoff-ready edge. One of the key areas where the Canadiens are reportedly looking to improve is their forward depth. Yes, they have young talent, but in the NHL, especially in the playoffs, experience, grit, and scoring ability in high-pressure moments are invaluable. The team is considering making a splash in the trade market to secure that veteran winger or top-tier center who can elevate the entire lineup. It's not just about adding a star. It's about adding a player who can bring leadership, toughness, and clutch scoring when it matters most. And this approach makes sense because, in today's NHL, having a balanced mix of skill and grit is what separates good teams from great ones. Now, let's talk about some potential targets and what the Canadiens might be looking for. One player that's been floated around in trade rumors is Alex Newhook. This young forward, just entering the league, has already shown flashes of brilliance. He's a pure goal scorer with a natural instinct for finding the net. His ability to make plays for teammates and his clutch mentality in tight situations make him an intriguing trade asset. If the Canadiens decide to move him, it's likely because they're looking for a proven, experienced winger or center who can step into a prominent role immediately. The value of a player like Newhook isn't just in his scoring, but also in his leadership potential and his hockey IQ, which could be very appealing to other teams in need of fresh offensive firepower. But the Canadiens are also eyeing more established veterans who can bring that gritty element to the team. Frank Vatrano is one such player. Known for his goal-scoring ability and relentless work ethic, Vatrano has been a key contributor wherever he's played. His experience and leadership qualities could be just what the Canadiens need to bring a more physical, relentless style to their game. With his ability to score in front of the net and create scoring chances in tight spaces, Vatrano would complement the team's young core perfectly. And pairing him with someone like Nick Suzuki, who's emerging as a true leader, could create a formidable top line that opponents will think twice about facing. Of course, acquiring a player like Vatrano isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about adding a dimension to the team that emphasizes toughness and scoring in critical moments. In today's NHL, where star players often get the spotlight, it's the gritty, hardworking players who often make the difference in tight playoff games. The Canadiens recognize this and are likely considering how to incorporate these elements into their lineup. But to truly make a splash, they might also look beyond just forwards. Defense is another crucial area of focus. The Canadiens have a promising core of defensemen, but adding a top-four defenseman with experience and grit could be the final piece of the puzzle. Enter Olen Zellweger. This young defenseman has been making waves in the league, showing exceptional skating ability and hockey sense. His game fits perfectly with the Canadiens: style, fast, aggressive, and smart. Zellweger's ability to play on the top pair, especially alongside seasoned veterans like Noah Dobson or Mike Matheson, could give the Canadiens a real boost in their defensive zone coverage and transition game. His presence would not only improve the team's defensive stability, but also inject some youthful energy and skill into their back end. Imagine a defensive pairing of Zellweger and Dobson, both of whom excel in skating and puck moving. Together, they could create a dynamic duo that keeps the puck in the offensive zone, sets up scoring chances, and minimizes mistakes. The Canadiens are looking to build a defense that can match the speed of their forwards and sustain pressure in the playoffs. Zellweger's addition would be a statement move, signaling that the team is serious about contending not just for a playoff spot, but for deep runs. Now, let's not forget about the veteran leadership that's vital in the NHL's high-stakes environment. Players like Mike Matheson bring that toughness and experience. Matheson is known for his physical play, smart puck movement, and leadership qualities. His presence on the ice is felt not just in his defensive plays, but also in how he motivates and organizes his teammates. Bringing in players like Zellweger and Matheson would give the Canadiens a solid, balanced defense core, one that combines youthful exuberance with veteran savvy. Throughout this season, the Canadiens have been showing flashes of what they could become. Their young core is blossoming, and with strategic moves, they could become one of the most formidable teams in the league. The management's willingness to make bold trades and acquire players with grit, experience, and skill shows that they're not content just to rebuild. They want to compete now. The combination of speed, skill, grit, and leadership could finally give the Canadiens the edge they need to make a deep playoff run and perhaps even challenge for the Stanley Cup in the near future. That being said, the road to a championship is never easy. The Atlantic Division is stacked with teams that have invested heavily in star power and depth. The Boston Bruins, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Florida Panthers are all loaded with talent and playoff experience. The Canadiens will need to be smarter, faster, and tougher than ever before to carve out their spot at the top. But with strategic acquisitions like Vatrano, Zellweger, and perhaps a few more surprises, they are positioning themselves to be a team that no one wants to face come playoff time. And what about fans? Well, for those of us who bleed Canadiens red, white, and blue, the excitement is palpable. We've seen seasons of ups and downs, rebuilds and rebuilds that turn into championship runs. The passion of the Montreal faithful has always been a driving force behind the team's resilience. We've witnessed legendary players, iconic moments, and unforgettable playoff battles. Now, as the team looks to take that next step, the hope is that these strategic moves will translate into tangible success. Everyone is dreaming of that deep playoff run, that moment when the Canadiens rise above, led by a blend of youth, grit, and experience. In conclusion, what we're witnessing right now is a franchise that is not content with just making the playoffs. They want to win, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. The potential trades, the strategic acquisitions, and the bold moves could transform this team into a true contender. The fans in Montreal deserve it. They've waited patiently for a return to the glory days, and it looks like the management is finally ready to deliver a team that embodies the spirit, speed, and resilience that the Canadiens are famous for. So keep your eyes peeled, Canadiens fans, because the next few weeks could be pivotal. Moves are on the horizon, and they could define whether this team is just rebuilding or ready to compete for the ultimate prize, the Stanley Cup. The excitement is building, the rumors are swirling, and the team's future is brighter than ever. As always, we'll be here to bring you all the latest updates, analysis, and insider info. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get ready for what could be one of the most thrilling chapters in Canadiens history. This is a team that's hungry, ambitious, and ready to prove everyone wrong. The road to glory starts now, and Montreal is right in the middle of it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Montreal Canadiens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these potential moves? Do you believe that the team is heading in the right direction? Which players do you think are the most crucial for the Canadiens to target or keep? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Canadiens organization. Whether you're excited, nervous, or optimistic, your voice counts. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and inside info on the Canadiens. Stay tuned for the latest news, because this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Habs.